Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today we are going to study about the control structures. Okay, so here's the PPT and let's begin. Okay, so what are control structures? So control structures are used to control the flow of execution of a Python program. Sometimes it is required to skip execution of few statements based on the logic, and in some cases a set of statements may be needed to get executed repeatedly for a finite number of times or based on the value of the variable. Okay, so there are control structures such as if, then else if ladder. Then there are loops in case you require to repeat the statements. Those are called iterators. For example, for loop is there, while loop is there, etc. So we will study one by one. Okay, so let's begin. So first one is control structures, that is conditional statements, that is if. So what does it do? So it is a conditional statement used for a decision making in Python. So if a statement, the test condition is evaluated and the statement inside the block are executed only if the evaluated condition is true. That means, so here is the syntax or the workflow of the if statement. So you start with if, then you give a condition, then colon. So colon indicates that your block of code is started, and then end. Okay, so this is how if statement works. So let's write a simple code to understand it in a better way. Okay, so first what we are studying, let us write that control structures. Okay, and then markdown, enter. Okay, so first one is if, right? So let's initiate a variable a is equal to 10, and if I write if condition if a is greater than 0, then print a is positive number. Okay, and let's also print the a. So this is how it works. Okay, so now I have given a condition here, a is greater than 0. So a is 10, it is usually greater than 0, so it will print a is positive number and a. Okay, so the value of a is positive number and the value of a. Okay, if I give you a colon, then you can understand. So it prints like this. Okay, so this is how the if statement works. Okay, so let's study the next one. So next is if else. So what does it do? So suppose if a condition statement is used for selection between two set of statements based on the evaluation of test condition. That means, so if a condition, then a block of code, then else, and a block of code. That means you're checking for two conditions, right? So you will give a condition and it will check whether this condition is true or not, then it will print out some message or the value, and if not, if the condition is false, then it will print out some other message. Okay, so let's write a code, simple code. So again we will initiate a is equal to 10, etc. So simple code. So if we will write a is equal to 10, a is greater than 10, then we'll print, let's copy this, control C, control V. So we will print a is positive number, else we will print a is a negative number. Okay, okay, so now if I give here a is minus 10, let's give minus 10, so it should print the second one. Okay, so it is printing a is negative number minus 10. If I give here positive, then it will print, sorry, a should be greater than 0. Okay, here then it will print a positive number. Okay, so because I put it a is greater than 10 because this statement that it was not going in this block of code, it was directly printing the second block, so that is why it was printing like that. Now if I give here negative, then it should print the second block of code. It is printing this. Also we can take the input from the user itself. For example, int input, enter a number, and then we can copy this block of code here. A is greater than 0, it is positive number, else it is negative number, 4. Okay, so now if I print okay, so it is asking for a number, so let's give 4 here. So a is a positive number and it is giving 4. Now let's try to give a negative number. So minus 7. So a is a negative number, minus 7. So this is how if and else, if else condition works. Okay, so these are conditional statements. So next is else if ladder. So suppose if you want to check the condition is true for the second block of code also, that means you are having two types of conditions or many conditions, you want to check it. So it is a conditional statement used for selection between multiple set of statements based on a multiple test conditions. So this is else if ladder. Okay, so for example, if then you give a condition here, then you check for the block of code if the condition is true. Else if you give another condition and you check for the block of code, else you will print a final block of code. Okay, so that means if both the conditions are false, or the number of conditions you are given, that many number of conditions are false, then you will print the last statement. Okay, so this is how it works. So let's write one code here. So let's take okay, let's take an input here. A is equal to int input, enter a number, and then we'll take this itself, and we will give here one more condition, else if. So we will write elif, else if okay, so what we need to write. So if a is less than 0, then print negative number, else will print a is 0. Okay, comma a. Now let's check it, how does it work. So if I give 3 here, it is printing positive number. Okay, and if I give minus 3 here, it is giving negative number, and in case of 0, I will get back to the third statement. So this is how it works in case of else if ladder. Okay, so let's go here also. Okay, we have checked it, right? So these are the conditional statements. Okay, so and there is one more exercise here, so let's do this. Write a Python program that displays a message as follows for a given number. If a is multiple of 3, displays zip. If a is multiple of 5, displays zap. If it is multiple of both 3 and 5, then displays zoom. If it does not satisfy any of the conditions, then display invalid. Okay, so let's try this. Now let's take a is equal to input, whatever input we have taken. So enter the message or the string. Okay, so let's take that. So if, let's go back to the what is the code. If a is multiple of 3, then display zip. So if a mod 3 is equal to 0, then print zip. Okay, let's do this. Okay, and next is elif. What is the next statement? If it is multiple of 5, then display zap. Okay, a mod 5 is equal to 0, then print zap. Okay, so next condition is if it is multiple of both 3 and 5, then display zoom. Okay, now we can give two conditions here. For example, a mod 3 is equal to 0 and a mod 5 is equal to 0, then we need to print zoom. Okay, and then last we need to come out of these statements, that is we need to print one normal statement, that is it is invalid, right? Correct. If it does not satisfy the given condition, that is display invalid. Okay, so let's check this. Let's check one by one. Okay, so okay, sorry, we need to give here int. Okay, let's try this. Int input, enter a number. Why it is not taking? Okay, it's still running, sorry. Okay, so Okay, so what we need to give, it is a multiple of 3, right? So what are the multiples of 3? So let's take 6. Okay, 3 to the 6, right? So it is printing zip. Now multiple of 5 is, okay, let's take 15. So it is printing, okay, so 15, okay, as you can see 15 is multiple of 3 also, right? So it is printing still zip. So what we need to do is, so how does if else ladder works is, so it will check the first condition, then it will print. If this condition is not satisfied, it will go to the next block. So in case of our code, right, so we have done a mistake here. So we need to check for this condition first. Okay, so what we need to do is, we can replace this condition here, so that we will get, and we will keep this here. Okay, okay, let's change this. 3 is zip, and this is zoom, and this is zap. Okay, so a mod 5 will do it. Okay, now it will work. Okay, so if we give 15, it will print zoom. Okay, that is both 3 and 5. Okay, so it is printing zoom. Now if it is multiple of 3 itself, then it will print zip, and if it is multiple of 5, that is 20, it is printing zap. If I give some any other number, that is 2, then it is printing invalid. So our code is working totally fine. So this is all about the conditional statements. In the next class, we'll study about the loops, that is for loop, while loop, and we'll have a look upon do while loop. Okay, so this is all about the control structure. I hope you like the video and learn something. So do hit the subscribe button, and do like, share and subscribe. Okay, thank you, bye bye.